Gee, I'm not gonna let you go, man. Don't you hang on, you son of a bitch. Don't you no! 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 He just couldn't hang on, man. Alright, we're back. Well, with the loss of Nikki G, I don't know what to do with myself. I didn't know where we were going. I was wandering lost through a daze of bar after bar. But then, I found an accomplice to help me finish what we started. Dustin, how's it going?
Man, it's going. I'm just sad, we lost Nikki G, man.
We didn't lose. He's taking a very long vacation.
No, man, the other day I was walking down the street and I was like, oh, dang it, there's a cemetery over there. I didn't know, so I went in and peeked in memory of Nicholas G. He has this nice gravestone. I was like, damn, Nikki G, I didn't even know.
Yes, we had this, the whatever gun salute, where a bunch of the Marines just, hey, fire, shoot up in the air. I forget what the hell that thing's called. But we did that, then we folded the American flag into a nice little triangle, gave it to his family. It was a sad day.
I don't know what you're lying about, man. I thought we did the Battlefield 4 salute.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fucking hey, dude. Yeah.
I love how I freaking intro the movie thing podcast with a freaking video game reference.
Yes. Yeah, it's fine. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's how we do it here on the bloody screen.
Nikki G, you will be missed until you finally decide to come back from your nice vacation away. I don't know. I think he's trying to focus on school or something. But, I don't know. That's his own shit. But till then, it's Dustin and me. And Scott said we'd have to be later to what we're recording now. So, Scott was going to be on, but he's not. So anyways, this movie thing podcast, I can't even tell you what episode it is because it's been over 2 months since we've done this show. Yeah, it's back, baby. You know why? Because I kind of feel like people kind of like us talking about movies from occasion. We talk about video games and do so much video games on the Bloody Screen podcast. Can't imagine why we do so much video game stuff. But you know what? I like watching movies too, Dustin. I miss this. I miss talking about film.
Anyone who's a fan of video games and not a fan of movies, I don't quite understand how that works, so yeah.
It's weird. I know a lot of people though that are fans of movies and criticize the shit out of video games because they always do that one thing with video games where they're just like, oh, video games, they have shitty storytelling. Movies are just so much superior in every way. I'm just like, I have played a few video games that have tugged at my heartstrings more than some movies, I have to say. I mean, it's just really, I don't know. I guess they all just look at Call of Duty and they're just like, what? That's not a good story. Meh. I don't know.
Yeah, they're all spectators. Yeah. They're not in charge of their life, man. We're in charge, man. Press the A button to attack. Yes.
I'd like to have I want to go watch Noah, but have a controller in my hand. Be like, no, I didn't choose for him to build the ark. I chose for him to just drown.
Yeah, I don't know. Those people, I guess they don't understand, like, stories, they just come from the imagination, man. Yeah. You can make a good story in any format. You can make a good story in a board game format, for shit's sake.
Hell, when we play that Dungeon Keeper game, dude, or whatever the Dungeon Tower...
Super Dungeon Explorer,
yeah,
man.
Dude, that thing, you can make your own story with that. I mean, hell, actually, that has happened many times with Dungeons and Dragons. People create their own characters. They have entire life planned out of some mystical thief elf that they've made just to go through a dungeon and probably be murdered because, yeah. But yeah, you literally can make a story out of anything. There's stories and paintings, for fuck's sake. So, yes. Not that I really, that's like the one artistic thing Dustin and I never understand, I'm not gonna lie, is paintings, because I like that, my best example is the can of Campbell's chicken noodle soup or whatever. I'm just like, yeah, he painted a can of soup. I don't understand why this is worth so much money. I just don't understand it. I know people who can draw dragons, and I think that's way more hard to do than just a can of soup. But That's why I don't go to art museums, because I just kind of stand. I'm an asshole when I'm at an art museum, and I've been to them, and I just kind of meh. But, anyways, Dustin, I want to ask you something real quick. Have you seen the new commercial to Taco Bell's breakfast?
Oh no, I haven't, but it was weird. I went to Taco Bell the other day and I just saw it on their wall, their promotion shit they have, and it's basically like typical fast food, but in taco form.
Dude, I want to try that waffle taco.
Yeah, that looks pretty good actually. It seems to be basically like McDonald's McGriddle in taco form.
Well, it's funny you mentioned McDonald's, because the commercial I saw was basically they found a bunch of people named Ronald McDonald, and they're like, yes, I love the Taco Bell breakfast. And at the end of the commercial, they're like, Ronald McDonald loves Taco Bell breakfast. You should try it. And I'm like, ha ha, fuck you, McDonald's, because I'm on Taco Bell's side, because Taco Bell is cheaper and for some reason tastes a little bit better. To me, this is my opinion. I really don't know anyone who jumps to the defense of McDonald's, to be honest with you. I've never met that human being yet where I said, yeah, I don't really care for McDonald's too much. How dare you?
Yeah, I don't think McDonald's has those, like, kind of defenders very often, at least.
Not that I would defend Taco Bell if someone says, yeah, dude, I don't like Taco Bell. I'd be like, yeah, I can understand. I do. And actually, honestly, I've gotten to the point, Dustin, where all I get there is the Dorito taco, because that's the only thing I like anymore. I have tried all their other stuff, and I'm just kind of like, yeah. Meh. I don't really care for your burritos anymore. I mean, I still like the bean burrito because I'm weird. There's like nothing to it, and I'm like, this is delicious. And yes, I do like onions in my bean burrito. I don't understand people who hate the onions. I was like, that adds the flavor. You need to expand your palates, people. As I talk about Taco Bell, expand your palates.
For me, it's just a question of how hungry am I, which is pretty much always very hungry, so it's always bad.
Mine with Taco Bell is how hungry am I and how much money do I currently have in my wallet? Because if I have a lot more money, I'm more willing to go to like Jim's Burger Haven or Five Guys. If I just got paid, I'm willing to splurge a little bit more. Like hell, I got paid yesterday, and you know what I did? The first thing I do, Dustin, I went out and bought 24-pack of Dr. Pepper. Because I haven't had Dr. Pepper in a long time. And I'm just like, God, I've missed Dr. Pepper. And guess what? I've had 2 within 24 hours. And I was like, man, I miss these 23 flavors. I don't even know what those flavors are, but most of them are probably artificial. Yeah.
All this food talk just makes me think of food documentaries, which I've seen some good food documentaries, man. I don't know what it is about them, but I don't know, though. The bad thing about them, sometimes they just make you feel like shit. Like, damn, all these good foods I could be eating, but I'm fucking just throwing all this garbage in my body.
Dustin, you know what I hate about food documentaries? Especially when there's the ones, like, I saw that Food Inc. one that was showing how, like, your meat is processed and shit. And all that made me do is feel like a more worse human being, because I found out I didn't care. They're like, yeah, all these chickens, some of them are blind and they can't move because they're too fat and shit. All they do is just kill them. I'm like, so? They're food. I don't care. I mean, are you fucking with the meat personally? Well, no, but they're kind of fucking with they're not being nice to the chickens. We're killing them! I don't care. We're killing them for food. I don't care. What do I want them to make sure you give the chicken a foot massage before we chop off its head? Like, no, I don't care. As long as it's not deformed or something, then I don't care. Or as long as you're also not putting steroids and stuff in it, because that's basically my line I draw, is once you start actually fucking with my meat personally, then I don't care. So I will admit though, I do try to nowadays go to like Sprouts and stuff to buy my meat, because in my head, I feel like it's more organic than, say, going to Walmart or Target to buy my beef.
Yo, man, I just go for that steak. I don't care if it's genetically modified.
Dude, like the last month, you know how much steak I bought? It's unreal. And I still right now have in the freezer a nice T-bone steak, and I'm so excited. I was going to grill it up today, but I had spaghetti in the fridge, so I was like, I might as well save the steak. It ain't going nowhere. But anyways, we're talking about food, oddly enough, on the movie thing. I know. Welcome to the Movie Thing podcast, where we talk about food for about 20 minutes. Anyways, Dustin, Rusty of the Dusty. what have you been watching this week?
Alright, well, I just rented, the other day from Redbox, Gravity, which is a little older, but,
No, it's new. It's new to Redbox though, so
yeah,
I count
sure.
that as new because
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a review of that sometime this week, and I too, that you and me were apparently thinking the same thing. We're like, hey, Gravity's in Redbox. I want to see what all the hype's about. What was your thoughts with Gravity?
I don't know, for me, those movies with very few characters, like, they're either hit or miss for me, like, because, I don't know, it's really all up to, like, the one or two actors in that movie to make it good, and, I give full props to Sandra Bullock for that one, and, I don't know, I really liked it. I don't know, I'm a bit of a science and a astronomy geek, so there's that biased, but, I mean, I liked it a lot, really. Shit.
Wow, that was great, dude. You almost wanted to make me watch it again. But I agree with you completely. Sandra Bullock does an amazing job. George Clooney, he kind of was just George Clooney. I'm not gonna lie. He was just charming. You know, he was just that guy. I was just like, I could dig it. I do have to say though, the story in general to me was kind of bland because it was just, we've seen this movie before, Dustin. It may not have been in space, but we've seen it before. I mean, this is almost damn near the exact thing of, it's just a survival. It's just surviving the elements, except for the elements this time is space. Which I have to say, I haven't seen that one where it's done more realistically, because you know one thing I dug that no Hollywood movie has done before now? The no sound. Like when shit's exploding in space, they don't have sound going on with it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my god, thank god they have something, instead of having like, Star Wars where, oh, you blew up the Death Star, boom, big explosion. I'm like, that explosion wouldn't happen. There's no air in space to have that fire go anywhere. I understand. That's Star Wars though. We're talking about people with powers that move shit with their mind. But I dug the way, everything Gravity won an award for, I could see. Like, they won an award for visual effects, they won an award for, I think did Sandra Bullock win an award? I'm not 100%. Did you watch the Oscars?
Nah, I only, looked at the overview and I can't remember at this point.
Gravity won so many awards. Believe me, folks, if you were my Facebook friend, you kinda got annoyed with me because it was like every 5 minutes I was making a post about the goddamn Oscars, and a lot of them were like, oh, fucking Gravity wins again. I don't think it deserved as many rewards, but honestly, I'd have to say the visual ones, I could see it. Because I was rather impressed with how Gravity looked and how all the stuff, basically how it all looked, and just, you'd seen Earth and seen all, like, the ship fall apart, a lot of, how all the ships are falling apart, and even Sandra Bullock, towards the end, Sandra Bullock got me. I do have to say, though, I did not care for the ending in general. The very end, that we won't go into.
Yeah. I mean, it left some things to be desired, but man, the suspense for me, had me on the edge of my seat, man. I was but yeah, in the story, like you said, it's been done before. The woman who had a traumatic event in her life, and now she's doesn't know what to do with herself, almost about to give up, but she perseveres through and shit. I mean, it's not the best story, idea. It's not very new, but the way it was done, I think they presented it really effectively. It really got to me.
Oh yeah.
So.
I also have to say though is I feel like they didn't really explain shit what was happening on Earth. For that matter, it kind of bugged me. I'm just like, wait, why did the Russians blow up their satellite? Oh my god! And I'm just, I don't really think they explained what the hell was going on or why no one was in any space station anywhere. But anyways, that was just that's my own little stupid gripes with the movie. But I'll try to get a full review out sometime within the week, hopefully. I know I said that last week with Strider or so, and I still haven't gotten anything wrong with Strider just because I haven't really wanted to. I'm not gonna lie, I've been busy trying to get videos off of PS4. But what else do you see?
In theaters I saw Nonstop.
How was it?
Shit. I liked it quite a bit, honestly. I don't know what can I even say that was bad about it.
Was it predictable?
No, not too much. They honestly did a really good job about giving you like the initial clue where like, well, there's a killer in it, and it's pretty obvious. And you're like, oh, that guy could definitely be the killer, and it's really intentional the way they did it, but they were able to fool me at least. And
no, that's interesting.
So yeah,
I was one of those movies, Dustin, where when I saw the trailer, because I haven't seen the movie, but I saw the trailer, I feel like they still revealed too much in the trailer, where I feel like if they wouldn't have said the whole thing where like, well, the account is your account, U.S. Air Marshal man. And I'm just like, well, you should have left that to be like a twist in the movie. That's what I fucking hate about the goddamn, whatchamacallit, the PR people, the people trying to get you to get, not the PR people, but the merchandise advertising people. Cause they're a different branch of the studio, so they're not with the director or even the producers. They're their own thing that the, company goes to help promote their movie. And they're the ones that cut the trailers together. And I feel like sometimes they completely fuck it up. Like with Gravity, I think they did an amazing job going back to Gravity because I didn't know what that frickin' movie was about, really. But with Nonstop, I was just like, wow, you guys showed me, I think, too much. And I almost feel like with Noah, me gonna go see this week, I almost feel like they did the same thing with Noah, showing me too much of what's happening in Noah. Like, oh, the whole army starts charging against Noah's, ship. I don't want to know that. That's something I don't want to know. I want that. That's something that kind of bugs me sometimes about trailers, and you can't help yourself, Dustin, but not to watch them. But anyways, one more movie. What else do you watch that's worth mentioning?
Surprisingly enough, the Lego movie is worth mentioning.
Yes. Did you enjoy this? Also, did they give you weird looks when you went to go see a children's movie?
No. It was kind of an older guy at the register. He was just like, oh, I work at the register for the movie theater. He looked just like he didn't give a shit at all. So he was one of those laid back guys. So
that's cool. He probably saw the movie himself. He's like, hey, good film. Not too bad. Anyways, what'd you think of it though? Did you think it was funny? Good?
Yeah, first 5 minutes of the Lego movie, what I thought honestly was like, is this a joke? Then as the movie went on, I really liked it. It was super fun. Man, just the animation style, so Lego, man. And I played with Legos a lot when I was littler, and just, I don't know, the fact that they use the real Lego sets as real Lego continents, and I don't know how it was tied into the real life, dad and kid who owned Legos. I don't know, I liked it quite a bit.
Oh yeah. Scott, he talked about it too last week, and he said he really liked it, and then Nick's told me he really likes it. I was like, Jesus Christ, I'm the only one that has not seen this freaking movie. I played the game though, so I already know how it ends, so I guess I don't really need to see the movie.
The game and the movie are really similar. I don't know, the movie is just, it's way more streamlined, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
That's something I'll probably Redbox when it comes out. Actually, I have a funny story about the Redbox this week. So, Dustin, you went to the Redbox this week, so you know exactly what I saw. I saw they had the Hobbit movie in there. I was like, oh shit, they got, Desolation of Smaug, I'll rent that. Well, kids, always read before you rent. Because...
Was it just the first one?
Yeah, it was the first one. And I did not even know that. I saw the Hobbit and I was like, oh, me assuming, because I wouldn't have assumed that new releases would count, as something that came out, 2 years ago. But what do I know? I just saw the Hobbit and I was like, oh, this must be it. I rented it on Blu-ray. I put it in my Blu-ray or on my PlayStation. And all of a sudden it says there and back again. I was like, an unexpected journey. I was like, wait a second. That wasn't the title. So I ended up renting a movie I already own. And what I did was just say, God damn it, Brandon. So I looked on Redbox. It's not even out on Redbox, Desolation of Smaug. So I just put it back in. I was like, well, that was a waste of my buck, whatever. Because Redbox had to raise their prices because they found out people are still going to go there. And being that they got rid of Blockbuster, they don't have to worry. They don't have competition anymore.
Yeah, I mean, Netflix, but their selection is way less.
Oh yeah, you got Netflix, and you get the Netflix disc, but no one likes waiting for disc. Gamefly, oddly enough, has started doing movies as well, but also disc-based versions. And my whole thinking is, I have GameFly for games, guys. I have Netflix for movies. I'm sorry. I don't want movies taking over my game slots that I can have. So I am one of those customers that's just sitting there like, no, I do not want to rent movies from you. I'm sorry.
Dude, the whole Hobbit thing, though, that reminds me of a while back. Well, I'm a big sucker for horror films, so I go to Redbox. I always check out the horror section. And Sinister, which I had seen. Where did I see that? I saw that from Redbox, and then I don't know, a few months later, I'm looking at Redbox, and I'm like, oh, Sinister, this looks good. Because sometimes the horror movie premises are so similar to the other ones. I rented it thinking it was a similar concept, but a different movie. Get home, pop it in, and I watch it for like 2 minutes. I'm like, wait, this looks oddly familiar. And it was the same damn movie I already saw, not knowing it. And it was the same reaction, like, God damn it. Why didn't I read that more closely?
Oh, see, this is a perfect lesson to you kids. Always read your Redbox rentals before you press the rent button. I say kids, because as if kids could actually rent it. Basically, message to all people. Also, another thing for Redboxy people, don't fucking browse the goddamn movie. I'm sorry, this really is a pet peeve of mine, Dustin, because I hate being behind these people. See, when I go up to the Redbox, when I actually walk up to the box, I know exactly what movie I'm looking for. I get it. I press rent, I get the fuck out. I get so sick and tired of these people just standing there just, let's see, I'm gonna browse. I'm like, you know what they have this big old wall here for, asshole? Is so you can browse the wall and be like, oh, they might have this movie. Let me look for this real quick. Oh, nope. Alright, walk away. Because if I have to stand there for 5 fucking minutes just because I need to return my goddamn movies, but I have to wait for your dumb ass to frickin' pick a movie. Ugh! And also, if you have goddamn kids, let them look at the wall before you. Don't be like, hey Jimmy, you want to watch this? No. This? No. This? No. Ugh! That shit
yeah, I
annoys
always
me.
just look online. I mean,
oh, I know, me too.
Their website has every movie, and you can see, okay, where can I find this movie? And it will take you to the Redbox that actually has it in stock. Pick it up.
I have my goddamn phone with the app. It has the exact location, the one at my work, so that way I don't even have to worry about it. I could just be like, okay, does this my work have this movie? Yes, it does. Okay, and you know what's even great about where I work, Dustin? I have 3 red boxes within, like, walking distance. I have that. Oh, they don't have it at this one? I'm just gonna walk over to McDonald's where they have 2 other red boxes just hanging out there. Actually, I think they got rid of one at that McDonald's for some fucking stupid-ass reason. Anyways. The movies I watched, I already got one out of the way, Gravity. But I also, for God's sakes, I can't even tell you why I watched this, Dustin. I watched AVP Requiem. Have you seen that movie?
No.
Okay, this movie... Okay, I actually liked the original AVP. I think it was a stupid, fun film that tried to, explored, like, the what-if scenario of what if aliens versus predators is how it would turn out. Well, AVP, basically, it takes place immediately after the first movie, and the alien-predator hybrid thing is born, and it just fucks up the predator ship, lands in Colorado, hey, out of all places. And once it lands in Colorado, the alien hybrid predator thing starts fucking up shit, and the predators a predator on the predator homeworld planet. God, if you're keeping track at home, how many times I've said those 2 names? He flies down, starts trying to cover up his tracks, and he does a very piss poor job of doing it. And it's just how many. This whole movie, Dustin, this entire fucking movie is how many fucked up ways can we kill people? Because they are trying to push the oh shit meter, like the fucked up meter, to 11. They're trying to push it, but they fail. So, in this movie, people, they kill children. They kill pregnant ladies. They kill old people. They kill every fucking person. It doesn't matter who they kill. They just kill everybody. And they give you these, and the humans that are supposed to be the characters are a bunch of unlikable fucking, I don't like anybody in this goddamn movie. So why would I care if they die? The main character, you're supposed to be like, oh, he has a troubled past. You know what his troubled past was? He was a petty robber. He'd break and enter and rob people. Oh, a real character I want to be behind. And they try so hard to get, do these homages back to the, we'll play the Predator music. Oh, don't you like that? Oh, here's this woman with a daughter who's supposed to, kind of be Sigourney Weaver and the kid from Aliens type of thing, where she's protecting the kid the entire time. They have all these homages that just fail fucking miserably. God, I hate this movie. This movie is so fucking bad, and it does not get it doesn't get by with just violence. It tries to get by with its violence. It's like, this kid's stomach just exploded. Oh, you're gonna show it. Oh, this person's face just got ripped off. Isn't that just so bloody? No, I don't care about blood. Give me some fucking character development. Give me a plot. It's not even stupid fun. It's just fucking stupid. Alright? Fuck this movie. I bought this movie because it was a Black Friday buy. This is another reason why I fucking hate Black Friday, because it was like a $2 movie. I'm like, oh fuck, I could pay it for $2 fucking dollars. Fuck that movie. Yeah,
I mean, it sounds alright.
God damn it, Dustin. Don't fucking provoke me. Dude, this movie, oh my god, I watched it and I'm just like, this movie is so fucking bad. But on a lighter note, I also watched this really great movie called Eastern Promises. I also own this on DVD. I bought this a while back and just popped it in. Have you seen this movie, Dustin?
No.
Oh, Eastern Promises. It's a fantastic fucking movie. It's essentially this nurse or doctor. I really don't know what the fuck she was. She found this, like, basically this girl who was sold into sex trade, and she escaped from her captors, and then she was pregnant, and she dies, and she has this baby, and she's trying to figure out where this woman came from, because she doesn't know about the sex trade and all that. And it turns out she was with the Russian mob, which people who don't know about the Russian mob, they're really big with the whole sex trade thing. But then she runs into Viggo Mortensen, who I love Viggo. I love me some Viggo Mortensen, but I don't really think he does too well convincing Russian accent too well. I mean, he did fine. It was convincing enough, but I think, you guys could have done better by actually getting a Russian actor. Also, Viggo has a horrible thing, Dustin, that you may not realize this. He has a very low voice. He doesn't really talk as loud as I would like him to. He's kind of a mumbler. And, that's kind of been Viggo the entire time. I think the loudest I've ever seen him was in the Lord of the Rings movies. But his other roles, he's really quiet. And even in this movie, so I actually had to turn up my TV to be able to hear what he's saying. But the whole movie is about the Russian mob, and it's like the Russian mob in England. And it is such a great freaking film. It really is, you get to see how Viggo decides to try to protect this woman and try to say, like, no, seriously, you need to back the hell off. And all this, you don't want to get involved with these people because they will kill you. And, it's something I've always, it was something that I don't think we have enough Russian mob movies, to be honest with you, because, I think that's an untapped market. We always have the American mob, and we've had some Japanese mobs, but I don't know. I really dig Eastern Promises. If you're into crime movies, Dustin, I really suggest checking this movie out.
Alright, I'll make a note, man. Sounds good.
Yeah, no, it really is a fantastic fucking film. And it's not, it's not one of those ones that's too slow either. I mean, it will be bloody and it will show you, it will show you this. And it has one scene at Dustin that, a bunch of homophobes are going to freak out about, because it literally has a scene where Viggo Mortensen is fighting naked in a sauna. He fights naked in a sauna, and, he's naked, people. You're gonna see his dong flapping around while he's trying to kick. But honestly, unless you're infatuated with his dong, you're not paying attention to that. You're more paying attention to him fighting. But anyways, moving on from now. See, this is what I love about doing this podcast there, Dustin. We fill up so much time just talking about film. It's oddly enough, we make this longer than the bloody screen. It's weird. Anyways, let's talk about the trailer. Trailer you and I watched.
Alright.
Of the Raid 2. Mike, this one's for you, buddy. I hope you're listening to this. But yeah, we finally got around to watching the Raid 2, and I'm gonna say, dude, you're fucking right. God damn, that trailer looked awesome. Like,
action out the ass, and it looks like it's got a pretty nice, pretty cool premise.
Oh yeah. It looks like, to me it looks like, I don't really know where this takes place because I don't know anything about the Raid movies because, I haven't seen the first one. I don't know if it's a direct sequel or anything about that. But from what it looked like to me, it looked like kind of a revenge film a little bit. But I kind of dig the whole Asian mob thing that they got going on there. And the fact, I'm going to say this, and it might piss some people off there, Dustin. That the kung fu they do in this movie looked better and just looked more action-packed and better choreographed than any kung fu like that Jackie Chan or even Jet Li from the movies I've seen of his. I'm not throwing Jet Li completely under the bus, but from most of Jackie Chan's movies I've seen, and any other American-made kung fu movies, because American-made kung fu movies, they do a bunch of stupid shit that I don't like in them. You know what I mean, Dustin? Like, the whole walk on water, and
yeah,
I can do slow-mo. This one was just, no, we're just doing fast-paced, a bunch of fast-paced, hitting you with, shit that you can't even see. We're doing, oh, it just looks so freaking cool. They were, from what it looked like to me, they were doing kung fu with cars. And I'm like, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a kung fu expert. I don't know how genuine it is, but it looks badass. Oh, that's definitely right. Shit.
It looked action-packed, and you know what? I'm not one to judge any movies with subtitles, so I think that was pretty, I can dig any movie with subtitles, and it's coming out theaters. With our luck, though, Dustin, it's going to be purely a promenade film, and that's a local theater around here, but it's further away from my house, and I'm really hesitant, even on days off, to drive all the way down there, just because I'm just like, God, it's just...
Oh, man, I'll drive.
It's such a pain in the ass sometimes. And it seems like it's going to be one of those films that they're not going to do as wide a release as, say, like a higher budget film. Because that's what they tend to do. That's kind of why I miss out on some indie films, which kind of pisses me off. But this is a movie I want to see. That trailer looks awesome. Any personal thoughts on the trailer there, Dustin?
It really, I don't know. It's attracting me full on. I think I want to go to the theater for this one, and I definitely want to see the Raid 1 first.
Oh yeah, I need to try to find the Raid 1. I don't know if like the only way, because I haven't seen, it's not like you could see it in Netflix or anything, or I haven't seen it in Redbox at all, which, you'd think Redbox would try to, I'm nothing against the Raid, because like I said, I haven't seen it, but it's not a high popular film. So you would think that it would be one of those things that we can find on the Netflix, on Amazon Prime, on fucking Hulu. Goddamn, there's so many different streaming services now. You think you'd be able to find it, but I don't know. I'm going to try my best to try to find it, and if I do, Dustin, I will let you know exactly where I find it. But yeah, that is a one where I want to check out the first one and then go see the second one in theaters like this week or something. So yeah, that trailer looked freaking awesome. Got me excited. Got me into a movie. Got me wanting to see a movie I didn't really know existed until about a couple weeks ago. So yeah, so we got the trailer. Let's move on to the top 5. Yes, we're only doing top 5 with movies because we have so much that we do on this podcast alone that we don't want to do all the time. Anyways. These are going to be a bunch of movies I haven't seen, Dustin, because I haven't been going to the theater in a while, but now that I resurrected this podcast again, I'm going to be going to the theater more often. So this is going to be a very interesting top 5, but oh well. Number 5, Dustin, is 300, Rise of an Empire.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it did pretty well. Total gross of $96 million. Did pretty freaking well. It's been in the theaters 20 days now. I say 20 days in the theaters. That's not too freaking bad. That's not too freaking bad at all. This is one of the WB, Warner Brothers ones. I haven't heard anything about this movie, Dustin. I don't know. Have you heard anything about the sequel to 300?
Not much. No. Shit.
Neither have I. I have no, I don't know. It could be doing good. It could be not. Yeah, it could be, it's doing well as in money wise, but so did the original 300. So.
Yeah, it's getting decent ratings. They're not like spectacular, but they're not bad, okay. So.
Number 4 is a movie I haven't actually heard of, but I feel like I should now. But number 4 is God's Not Dead. It's made a total of $12 million. It opened this week, or within this week, because it's only day 6. And I guess it was last week it opened. So, yeah, I haven't heard dick about this movie, but it's not starting out too strong. I mean, first week in the box office, already number 4. I have never heard of this movie. Have you heard of God's Not Dead?
Yeah, I've heard some mixed things about it. A lot of people praising it and some people like really criticizing it, so not sure.
Number 3 has been doing fairly well, and it's no surprise because it's like one of the few besides like the Lego movie it's the new kids movie. It's the new kids movies. Number 3 is Mr. Peabody and Sherman. This had $84 million, week number 20. It didn't make as much as Rise of Empire, but it's doing better because it did about $1 million today, basically, or yesterday, I should say. Did about $1 million yesterday, and it's, I don't know, have you ever watched the Mr. Peabody cartoon back when it was on?
Yeah, I've seen a few of those cartoons, but shit, I didn't ever think they would make it into a movie.
Those cartoons were fucking stupid. Even as a kid, I was like, why am I watching this? Oh, because I don't have cable right now, so I guess that's why I'm watching this. I fucking hated those cartoons. And then they do the new movie, and honestly, the movie looks like it's just hitting the notes that all kids want to see. You know what the movie is, Dustin? The movie is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. They're going through time, yeah. They're collecting figures, and they're bringing them back to the modern times, except for they're just not bringing them for, we gotta do a class project. He's just bringing them back because he fucked up. It's almost, that's exactly what it reminded me of, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. So congratulations for ripping off a not too great movie. Except for a bunch of kids won't know the reference, and I'm gonna say I don't know how many people would even know that reference, but anyways. Number 2 is Muppets Most Wanted. Muppets Most Wanted. I think we did a trailer talk, me and Nikki G did about this movie. I said I was excited about this movie. I was actually tempted to go to a theater this week to see it because, it's the break, so I don't have to go to college. But you know what I remember, Dustin?
What?
It's everyone's spring break. So, like, if I went to the theater this week, I would be going to a theater with a bunch of teenagers. And I don't know if you know this, Dustin, but I can't fucking stand teenagers. I really can't. They say the stupidest shit, and you know what really drives me nuts in the head? Is I used to be one of these people who'd, around my friends, I think I'm the most funniest human being in the world, and I'm gonna be loud and obnoxious. Oh my god. Like the other day, no joke, these, little group of teenagers walk into the store, and they start singing a song. I can't even tell you what the song was, but they have their phone out, and they're playing it out loud, so everyone can hear, because everyone wants to hear your fucking music. And then they start singing it. These 2 guys think they're fucking hilarious. It's 3 guys and 1 girl, and the girl's a fat chick, but, she's with a bunch of dorky guys, so she thinks she's hot. It's kind of that mentality. I've seen it so many fucking times, it's unreal. But, I know I'm in a ranting mood today. But they're playing this music, they're singing out loud, and I could kick these kids' ass. I know it. It's one of those things where, like, I'm bigger than you fuckers. I want to. And there was a part of me that wanted to go up to him, Dustin, and just stop and be like, no, by all means, finish the song. No, you don't get to leave until you finish this fucking song. And I just wanted to see what I just wanted to, because, if you're going to be annoying, you might as well take it all the way and not just start mumbling because you don't actually know the goddamn lyrics to this. Anyways. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. Muppets, I'm kind of like, meh, fuck the Muppets.
Good job. Thank you, Dustin, for derailing us back to where we're supposed to be talking about it. But I actually do dig the Muppets. I like the Muppets a lot. And I don't understand why, because they're honestly not even that funny. But, they had that new Lipton tea commercial, and I dug it. I was just like, all those animals everywhere. And then,
it's alright. I mean, it's more silly funny than, it's hilarious.
It's like your stupid slapstick comedy. And you know what? I have to say, though, I dig the fact that, Jim Henson, he's dead, I dig the fact, though, they're still able to get Muppets relevant nowadays. They're not just letting them stay on Sesame Street where, the 2-year-olds of the world can see them. They're actually making movies. Their movies are actually making money because they opened up this week. They opened up at number 2, and there's only one movie that beat them out. And it kind of...
That's Divergent, right?
Yes, it is. And I'm going to say this right now. Divergent kicked the living shit out of the Muppets. Because the total gross for the Muppets was $20 million. Divergent kicked the living shit out of it. Divergent opening week, $65 million.
Damn.
It took Muppets and it just rolled them up in a little ball, and then it took those two old men that are just like, ah, and it kicked them right in the face and it said, fuck you, we're the new thing. We're the ones. And you know why it did so freaking well? Because they are excellent marketers. You know what I was just talking about, Dustin, with the Spring Break?
Yeah.
All the teenagers went to go see this goddamn movie.
Yeah, well, it's got a book following, so
Yes.
that always helps movies out.
I purposely did not want to see this movie because it looked to me like another one of those things trying to get like the Twilight crowd, trying to be the new Twilight. I hate to compare it to Twilight, but that's what it looked like to me, Dustin. It looked like to me like, oh, this girl, you know, like it's trying to get the money, it's trying to get its Twilight money, it's trying to get the whatchamacallit money, what's that? Fucking Hunger Games money. Because it has a female protagonist, and she doesn't know that she's divergent, which, weren't you the one that told me that just means she has no fear or something?
No, I didn't know shit about this movie.
Oh, no, it was one of our other friends who said, yeah, she has no fear, and he's like, no, that's not called divergent, that's called courage, motherfuckers. They have a name for it. There's a word that already exists for lack of fear, called courage. And I was just like, dude, it makes an excellent point. But honestly, this movie just, you know what? They would have sold me on this movie. They would have had me in that theater, Dustin, if that trailer did not show her doing some stupid fucking love story. I so much hate love stories that are shoehorned into movies that it just makes me want to just avoid movies with them. Like, just no, you don't get my money. You just do not get my money because you're the one that wants to shoehorn. Like, oh, look, we're doing this rebellion, but the rebel leader and this girl have to. Like, fuck you, okay? Just make a good movie. You don't need to try it. You just make a good movie. How hard is it?
Hey, that sometimes makes a good movie, man.
Name one movie that shoehorned a love story in there that worked.
Hunger Games.
Oh, no, dude, honestly, that's my least favorite part of the goddamn Hunger Games. I hate that. I liked the new movie, I really did, and that says something because I didn't like the previous one. But them trying to shoehorn that love triangle, I'm just like, oh my god, this is the most least interesting part of this entire movie. You could just cut this out and I would be like, this would be one of my favorite franchises if you cut this out. I understand it's in the books, but that doesn't make it good. Ugh. Brandon's in a very ranty mood. But anyways, Dustin, yeah, let's get on to some news. Let's do some news. We can do it. Indiana Jones 5. They're going to be doing a remake. You know, Disney has the property to Indiana Jones, and they're planning on. Well, I guess not really remake, but a continuation. I don't know what the hell this is supposed to be because Harrison Ford, he's too old for it. So their rumor is that which is face Bradley Cooper is going to become the new Indiana Jones.
Huh.
And
well, I don't know. In my opinion, honestly, if Indiana Jones just sat where it was and died, I wouldn't really give a shit. That might piss a lot of people off, but
no, that wouldn't piss off anybody. It's supposed to be I'm reading. It's supposed to be a younger Dr. Jones. Not so they're going back to World War II. From I'm guessing is what they'd have to do because we already have a young Dr. Jones. You fuckers. I'm sorry. I am not on board with this. I am on board with the Star Wars sequel because you guys are making a sequel and saying, oh, it's their kids. You can't do a younger Dr. Jones because there is no younger Dr. Jones. That was the first films was the young Dr. Jones. I mean, I don't.
Yo, Indiana Jones prequels. Fuck it.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. I love me Indiana Jones, dude. I'm gonna even throw myself. All right, this is what's gonna happen. There, Dustin. Gonna throw myself on this wooden cross here. I like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Need some more nails?
I know. I liked the Crystal Skull. I really did. I don't know why. I didn't like Shia LaBeouf in it, but I still thought it was a fun movie and I had a blast with it. And I am one of the people who is a film buff who still believes that fun movies don't have to be great. They just can, as long as they're entertaining, it's fine with me. And Indiana Jones, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, it was a fun movie and it touched all the Indiana Jones spots I liked. So yes, all you people, I hated the new one. You guys can, I already got one nail in my hand. I got another one. Alright, whatever.
Yeah, well, I'm the one of those fucked up people in the huge minority that like the newest one best.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I thought I was gonna be crucified. They're gonna burn you at the fucking stake. Okay, I didn't.
Yeah, fanboys can be fanboys all they want. I don't give a fuck.
Well,
I like what I like, and they like what they like.
Hey, at least we're still on the same page. We both enjoyed the last one. I enjoyed it. I mean, yes, it had its problems, but I don't want to see another one. I'm in your boat there too, Dustin, where if they just fucking killed Indiana Jones and said, no, it's done, we're no more, I'd be fine. You know why? Because I have those 4 other movies that I enjoy all 4 of them. I don't need any more. That's just me. I mean, Indiana Jones, it wasn't like Star Wars where you have this huge universe you can go off of. Indiana Jones, you had one dude. Just a dude going on adventures. He was an adventurer. I'm just glad that they're not doing a sequel with Shia LaBeouf as the new guy.
Yeah.
I
don't know. Shia LaBeouf is
gone. I can't even think of the last movie. He just became so irrelevant. Like I think it was like what? When did the Kingdom of Crystal Skull? I think it came out in 2008. I want to say that was the year. I want to say 2008, maybe 2009. I'm a little hazy on which year it was, but
what about Transformers?
Well, no, because that movie came out too. There was a year where Shia LaBeouf was all the rage because we had the Indiana Jones, we had the Transformers, we had Disturbia, we had Eagle Eye, we had all these. Well, I mean, Eagle Eye and Disturbia were made by the same director who had a hard-on for fucking. Actually, Steven Spielberg had a hard-on for Shia LaBeouf for a little while until he figured out this guy's not selling tickets anymore. A weird lawsuit there, Dustin. Okay, so in 2011, you remember the movie Hop?
Yeah.
The Easter movie? Well, don't ask how this is relevant, to be honest with you, but apparently just now, there is a picture, and I'm looking at the picture right now, where the rabbit Hop, who's played by Russell Brand, he is, playing the drum sets, because he wants to be a drummer, mate, and there's a painting with surfboards in the background. Well, apparently there's a dude that made that painting who didn't get paid for that being in the background, so he is suing he's suing them. He's suing, I'm trying to see who the hell he's suing. I'm trying to find the goddamn company.
Yeah,
Comcast.
some people behind, Comcast.
Yeah,
huh.
Comcast, I guess they're the ones that made it. I'm really trying to see who, I don't know who the hell, basically the people, because whoever made this movie, he's suing them. I don't think it was Comcast. But anyways, yeah, he's suing the people who made that movie because he did not, they didn't pay him to use his painting. And I say, he's not gonna win. I can't see him winning. You know what I see happening? They're not gonna, if they do, they're gonna probably, if they settle with him, which they probably would just settle with him, they're probably just going to do a small settlement, like here's $10,000, and they're just going to take the thing out of the movie with any other prints they make of the movie. Just digitally get rid of it. That's really how I see it. This is pretty new, so they don't really have how it's going to happen. But basically, I guess the guy said he made the painting and he wants the money for it. So whether or not this is true, for all we know, the dude just is lying. We don't know. I mean, it happens a lot in Hollywood, so it's really hard to determine who's stealing from who and who's trying to do what. So this will be something we'll see. I mean, I think this is going to be something small in and out of the door. So we'll see what happens with this. That was just a small little bit of news, but
yeah, man, the intellectual property shit is really iffy sometimes.
Dude, we get dinged so many times on our website alone about intellectual property. It's not even funny. Not on our website personally, just on YouTube, because we talked about a while back of YouTube strengthening every time you put up a Let's Play. They're just gonna be like, hey, by the way, that's a third party thing. They're not gonna take it down. They're just gonna remind you. I have it all the time now. It's just like everything I put up, they're like, hey, by the way, that's owned by somebody else. I'm like, well, the commentary's not. I mean, yeah, I put up a little, on our YouTube channel. I have a little, coming soon trailer for our Metal Gear game. They ding me on that, not for having the Metal Gear game, but for playing the You Spin Me Right Round by, what's their faces.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, whatever. They let them bitch. That's all I can say. But anyways, do you like Community?
Yeah.
Me too. I fucking love Community. I also didn't know, apparently they're on their 6th season.
Yeah, I kind of stopped watching it, honestly.
Oh, I've been keeping up with it. It's fucking awesome, dude. They did their last week's episode was a new D&D one. I love their D&D episodes.
Oh shit, I gotta watch that one. That was one of their best episodes.
Oh yeah, they did another one.
I remember.
And then this week's gonna be a G.I. Joe one, and I'm just like, yeah! G.I. Community. But they're in talks right now. There's kind of some rumors going around saying that they're going to be doing their season finale for season 6 might be a movie.
Oh, nice.
And it will be featuring, you may not know this, Dustin, but for people who have been watching season 6, Troy left, aka Donald Glover.
Yeah,
he left to go, he's supposed to be doing a round trip around the world to get, Pierce's money. And apparently that's kind of what their new one's going to be. Their season finale is going to be the return of Troy. I was actually really skeptical on how I thought the season 6 was going to work because, how are they going to make it work? They already graduated from college, but they do a nice little funny. They don't really try too hard to get them back in. They're just like, screw it, they're back. Except Chevy Chase. I don't think they could get Chevy Chase back. I don't know if he just didn't want to come back or what. But honestly,
with their 3rd associate's degree.
I honestly, he was his character kind of ran his course, in my opinion, in that show. Dustin, I don't know if you agree with me. Where, you can only have the old man asshole where he's just trying to screw over the group every chance he gets and mess with them for so long before it's just like, okay, you guys have done this so many times now.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing they got rid of him.
Yeah, I mean, what they do with Chang now, I kind of like, where they don't have Chang as psychotic anymore. Season 6 Chang is way more mellowed out, and he's just kind of there. He's almost a damn near background character, but I like that they don't have psychotic Chang anymore. That he's just, they just have him normal now, and I'm just like, I dig this. I want them to go on different adventures. I don't know. I did real quick because I could talk about Community all freaking day, Dustin. We could do a whole podcast on Community. Who's your favorite character?
Definitely the blonde chick. I can't
really?
even recall her name.
You like Britta the most?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Britta's pretty badass.
I actually like Abed the most, of course. I know that's...
Oh, Abed's really cool, actually.
I kind of wish I had a friend that was like Abed, who was just so, he was just, just so... I guess I'm not saying I want a really autistic friend or something, but someone who just kind of acts like that for some reason, who still has that childish charm to them, where I could be like, that's cool. I could go dress up with this dude and fuck it. Honestly, there has been times where I'm just like, God, I wish I could just join Community. I just want to be in that show. I want that to be my life, to go on crazy adventures all the time within, life. Like do a paintball assassin. Oh, those are my favorite ones. But anyways, yeah. Other weird news this week. Prometheus. They're making a sequel, Dustin. I didn't know about this.
Nice.
But yeah, they're making a sequel, which I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how they're going to be making a sequel. I mean, it's not going to be out probably till they say that Fox claims that it won't be out till March 2016. So, yeah, this is really advanced news here, people. We're only 2 years in the future. But, I'm really curious on how it's supposed to be. I guess it's supposed to be, I'm really trying to scam through the details. I don't really know what it's supposed to be about,
Yeah, there's probably not much about it.
Yeah, they don't really have much about it. I'm really just skimming through to see what I can see. A lot of people were, okay, let me just, because yeah, they just say basically they got a new writer and with a 2016 release date. I'm rather curious on where they're going to go with this. Because the other one pretty much ties into the first Alien, or it kind of ties into Aliens quite well. And even Alien, it ties into those movies, pretty freaking well. I would rather see what they would do with a sequel unless it's like a prequel to the prequel, like a double prequel. I don't know. But what would you like the first Prometheus as it die, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I dug the shit out. I know a lot of people who did not like it. And apparently, the people who don't like it, Dustin, were the hardcore, this is no surprise, the hardcore Aliens fans who did not like the prequel to Aliens because they fucking wrote the Wikipedia on it and they must have missed something. I'm sorry. I'm kind of getting up to here with fanboys there, Dustin, where they get so goddamn nitpicky about every little fucking thing that they just can't enjoy anything anymore. I don't know. Like I had my last year's. I'm rather curious what this year's movie that I'm gonna have to get on my stop attacking this movie. Like last year, my movie was Man of Steel, where I've had a few rants that you can find on this podcast, on this show. I couldn't tell you which episodes, where I defend Man of Steel. It was a great movie, and I don't have to justify why it's a great movie anymore, because you could just go back and listen to one of my many times where I'm just sitting there like, lay the fuck off this movie. You guys are acting like it's crucifying, small puppies. I don't really know, what will be next, to be honest. Actually, so, oddly enough, people, for the last little bit of our show, Scott's here!
Hey, it's Scott.
Hello.
Scott just showed up for the last little bit, but you know what, Scott? Because you just showed up, we're not quitting out just yet.
Okay.
You can turn off whatever's going on.
Yeah,
Nothing.
The mic is really fucked up.
Yeah, you have a fan on.
No I
Do you
don't.
have anything on?
No.
Okay, now it calmed down. It's like, it happens a lot when you first plug in your mic, Scott, where it's just like, every background noise! Okay, now it's quiet. But yeah, we were just talking about, Prometheus, Scott. Prometheus 2 being set to 2016. Have you seen Prometheus, the first one?
No, but I wanted to.
That's pretty damn good. Well, it depends who you ask. If you ask me and Dustin, we both like it. So, yeah, we like it.
And then there's the other people who are just like, it's such
yes,
a
I
dick.
was just talking about those people, the people who are the fanboys, the aliens who find every little plot hole because they watched it like 16 times enough to be able to be like, well, actually, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this wouldn't make any sense. I'm like, Jesus, did you enjoy the movie at all? Or did you sit there in the clip book just wait? I don't know. I kind of believe in today's universe that there are these people, guys, that they go into movies just looking for something wrong with it. There's just like...
That fire was just unrealistic as
well.
fuck.
They go into it just trying to be like, well, like last year was the Superman movie a lot of people had a problem with. I was just telling Dustin this, and I'm just going to reiterate it real quick. The people had so many problems with it, and they're trying to be like, well, Superman wouldn't do this and this and that. I was like, well, maybe this isn't the Superman you know. Maybe this is another Superman. Maybe it's, Zack Snyder's incantation of Superman.
Maybe this is Superman visits Disneyland. Who knows?
I kind of wish they had that. What kind of lines are these? God damn.
I know the solution. Laser eyes.
Superman doesn't kill, Scott.
Superman only maims and tortures, silly.
I kind of want to watch that Superman. Anyways, Daredevil, speaking of superheroes, probably going to get his own show. Yeah, I'm kind of excited about it because it has, it will be created by Drew Goddard, who helped create The Cabin in the Woods, that fantastic movie. And basically it's going to be, I'm trying to see, it's going to be a Netflix series. Woo! That is what I'm excited. That's what I was looking for. Yes, I am excited for this because I don't know if you guys know this. I dig Daredevil. I think he's a kick-ass character. Honestly, I do make that same joke I've made 100 times where, it's a blind man that can see. He's normal. So I do make that joke all the time, but, whatever. But this kind of gets me a little bit more excited for what else they're going to be doing. They're also going to be saying that there's going to be once they get Daredevil in July, yes, they're going to have Daredevil come out in July, and then Jessica Jones will be next, which honestly, I don't know who she is. I kind of wish Nick was here because he might know. And, but it'll be followed up by two other heroes that I want to see get their own show. Iron Fist and Luke Cage. Which, people who don't know about Iron Fist and Luke Cage, they're kind of like the A-team of the comic series of Marvel. They're like the A-Team Marvel, where they're like, yeah, we fight crime for a price. And I dig that. I really fucking dig that. And I'm just like, these two are freaking awesome. You know, one guy knows Kung Fu so freaking well that is, you know, Iron Fist. And Luke Cage is basically damn near indestructible. So, yes. And they say Iron Fist and then Luke Cage, but I really hope they just kind of do Iron Fist and Luke Cage, not, you know, they do one show for both of them and not, you know, here's Iron Fist, here's Luke Cage. I don't know. I'm excited because this almost means that I don't even need to have like any other service besides Netflix because they're getting so many different TV shows on there. It sounds amazing. Like House of Cards is great. I need to try to watch Orange is the New Black because that is also that I hear good things about that. And also I want to watch Lilyhammer. So, holy mother of God, that is a lot of freaking news there. But we are done with the news.
Yes.
And normally I was about to cut this off, but because Scott decided to come in, we're going to go a little bit longer. That's cool with you?
Whatever.
No, I'm more or less asking Dustin, who's been here for the full hour. Dustin, would you like to continue?
Alright, yeah. Scott, have you seen American Hustle?
I have not.
No? Have you seen Wolf of Wall Street?
No.
No? Well,
Scott has some homework.
because we haven't done this in quite a while, and those are two movies that both won some awards. Didn't American Hustle win Best Picture?
Yeah.
No, American Hustle did not win Best Picture. 12 Years a Slave won Best Picture.
Oh, really?
American
Okay.
Hustle.
Did you just say ruined?
No, won.
12 Years a Slave ruined the best picture.
God damn, no! God, what am I, fucking racist? You know what I really don't like is that anti-slavery movie.
Hey, a bad movie is a bad movie. It doesn't have anything to do with the fact that there's black people who are slaves in it.
I haven't even seen 12 Years a Slave.
You have to have a racist lens to think that, man.
No,
Fuck.
he said ruined, and that's because I haven't seen 12 Years a Slave. I want to see 12 Years a Slave. I can't. And next week it comes out on Redbox, and I'm like, fuck yes, I want to see the Best Picture because I missed it. And I was rather disappointed that Wolf of Wall Street did not win anything. Like I was pissed off because that was my favorite movie out of all the nominees. Because I did miss a Dallas Buyers Club, which I need to check out. And Wolf of Wall Street. I did miss those two. And Her, but I don't really have any desire to see Her. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, good. Thank you, Dustin, for bringing up the Oscars, because we didn't miss the Oscars. So, yes, let's talk about the goddamn Oscars.
Gravity!
Oh, God. We've already mentioned that, but me and Dustin already...
Gravitational force.
Me and Dustin already talked about Gravity, because we both actually ended up watching it this week, oddly enough. And I liked it, but I don't think it was up with all that hype. Because with how many awards it won, I was just kind of like, Jesus, guys, really? Give other movies a shot. Honestly, though, out of the two movies, because I have seen Gravity, I have seen, Star Trek Into Darkness. Star Trek Into Darkness, I'm sorry, had better visuals than Gravity did. I liked Gravity and how it visually looked, but Star Trek looked way better.
Just don't forget to cup the balls, Brandon.
What?
Scott being Scott.
Oh, yeah. Scott.
We will never know.
Yeah, Scott just sitting there just like, I drink soy sauce for breakfast. What? Exactly.
What does a Starship Enterprise and toilet paper have in common?
I don't know.
They both circle Uranus looking for Klingons.
Jesus. Dude, I almost want to either get one or two soundboards, like a soundboard that just has people booing you, or a soundboard that just goes, do-do-ch.
Oh, what? Like my kidnapping joke was a fucking boo?
That was a boo. That was a... What happened to the kidnapping at school? Oh, he woke up. Oh, whatever. Also, you guys, did you see the Oscars at all there, Scotty?
I was working, luckily.
Luckily. Oh, thank God. Scott, you can also pertain to my whole Facebookness of the Oscars.
Yes, I can. Every 5 fucking minutes. Another one for Gravity.
I took over all of my friends' newsfeed with the Oscars, and I honestly felt a little bit proud of myself. Even no matter how much, I even got Nick to stop because he's like, dude, nobody cares. I'd be like, stop being a bitch. Nobody, shut up. I'm like, yeah, all I have to do is call you a bitch and you lose. Also, real quick, guys. we got to try to make Nick complain because he wants to try to do that challenge of a month without complaining.
Oh, I know,
So
right?
I want to really try to get him to complain and be like, "You failed." Just find something. Mention how he's going to get freaking Dave over in Sporting Goods. Just tell him that. Just tell him that, Scott, so he complains.
Okay.
That's personal stuff that anybody listening won't have any idea what the hell we're talking about. But anyways, Ellen DeGeneres was hosting the Oscars, and the one funny thing she did was order pizza. That was like the only thing that I was like, that's funny, where she was literally handing out pizza and just being like, come on, who wants a slice of pizza? Do you want a slice of pizza? Alright, now I don't have any money on me, who wants to pay this man for the pizza? And they had like 4 pizzas, and then they're like, come on, she kind of makes like that whole, like, you guys are a bunch of rich assholes, cause somebody fork up some cash. And then you see some people, I think Leo forked up some cash for it, and it was funny. It was funny. And some people just took, like, I forget who took the whole box. Someone, I forget. I think Bradley Cooper or someone took the whole box and just started handing out the pizza around him. And I dug it. It was funny. And all I can say is that was the luckiest pizza man ever. But like, what'd you do? Oh yeah, I delivered to the goddamn Oscars and I got to meet everybody. Yeah, so I dug that. I understand we're really late on our Oscar talk, but whatever. I'm trying to think of all it. I also have to say Academy Awards, because they're listening to us, of course. Why wouldn't they listen to us? Everyone listens to us. Cut back the Oscars.
I know, right?
Please, for the love of God, cut them back. I understand you guys are trying to give every form of film, like, their dues. But the best short animated film, I'm sorry, who gives a shit about the best short animated film? Nobody saw it!
Actually, I do.
Great. I'm glad you're the voice for the voiceless there, Scott. You're the one that...
No, I mean, there are some really fucking cool ones. If you ever just surf around on fucking YouTube, there are some really cool ones.
Well, the ones they showed there, I have to admit, they were artsy as fuck. But they showed a little bit like a clip. And I'm not dogging on them that bad. It's just like, good God, you guys have these things run for damn near, 2.5 hours of just you guys giving out awards. Yeah, you guys gotta cut it back somewhere. And that also, I hate to be this guy. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about anyone's speeches. They really need to start being like, kick them off. Like, I actually almost want to start applauding the people who are just like, I want to thank everybody who has anything to do in my life. Thank you. Good night. And that's all they do. They don't be like, I have to thank, Jesus, my mom, Satan, woo, Satan,
and most of all, Taco Bell!
I know, and Taco Bell, yeah, I still need a truck.
Yo, Taco Bell's getting hella sponsors on this episode.
Dude, we sponsor Taco Bell damn near every week. We're just like, yeah, we did mention Taco.
Did you hear about their new meal item?
No, we did.
Pretty much every week.
We did that today. I was like, did you see their new commercial and their new breakfast meal item? It looks delicious. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. They almost have to start paying us legally. They're going to almost have to start paying us because we're sponsoring them so much. I do want to try to, I still haven't got around to it, just sending one to their corporate, being like, hey, we talk about you a lot. Would you mind just advertising on our website? Just for shits and giggles. She was like, advertised by Taco Bell. I'm going to start doing that anytime I do the top 5 or 10. Just be like, yeah, brought to you by Taco Bell. And Gamefly, because I mention Gamefly like every fucking week too. Anyways, yeah. Yeah, they need to just cut back the speeches, because honestly, I'm going to admit, I am going to be one of those guys. I watch the Oscars, but I am the first one to admit it is just a nice little circle jerk. Thank you. I've never been a part of one, Scott, so I wouldn't know. Yes.
You should try it out sometime.
What about when we were playing Outlast? We were both just flaccid as shit.
That was a circle shit, because we were just shitting.
Circle shit.
Yeah, we were just shitting our drawers. Anyways, God, especially, really, this is just side shit that Scott had to bring up now. It's pissing me off that thing won't upload. It's like the 3rd time I've tried uploading it, and the best one where you're like seriously hiding from the dude with a board and a nail in it is the funniest.
Hey, I don't give a shit. That guy was scary.
It was the funniest goddamn thing, and I'm just like, God, I don't care. Normally I just say, fuck it, 3rd time's the charm. This one needs to go up, because it's so fucking funny. So yes, we do have an Outlast thing that is up on the site, so congratulations. By the time they hear it, it will be up on the site, so I can say it. Anyways, back to the Oscars. The Oscars, I know it's a circle jerk of just Hollywood just sitting there going, oh, aren't we great? Look at all this. This movie, only these select movies that we deem worthy are going to get any recognition.
Yeah, and is it just me, or do you think the movies from the first half of the year always get neglected?
They do.
Yeah, like, because we can't remember shit that happened more than 3 months ago.
It is. I mean, I was amazed when I saw Lone Survivor get a nominee. And Lone Survivor came out this year, but it's still within the Oscar time. But I was amazed that Lone Survivor actually got nominated. And I was pissed off as fuck that it didn't win anything, because that was such a great film. And I forget what the nomination was for, because, it's been like a couple weeks since I've seen the Oscars, so the Oscars kind of went But I do have to say, though, at least this year's win seemed more reasonable than the last couple years. Like, last year, I want to say, was The Artist, which was a silent film, and there are times, people, where silent films, I don't like silent films ever, because I'm just like, you're missing part of my sensory. If I can't hear any emotion coming out, then, I'm not regressing to my film, assholes. But anyways, yeah. Oscars, they are kind of a sham, but they're still something, there's something to talk about. And I still watch them just because I like playing this game with myself of the branded Oscar game show, which I want to say next year, if we're still doing this,
I hope so.
I enjoy doing this, so that's kind of why we do it. Especially the podcast. I have the most fun doing these for some reason. But anyways, with next year, I kind of want to do an Oscar party with all of us, just doing a live Oscar thing, where we're all just sitting around, just being like, "Oh, look at Sarah McLachlan showing her tits now." Nah. I know she's not even relevant to that, but that's the first name that came to my head.
It's the first name in your head because we kept saying "In the Arms of the Crazies" yesterday.
Oh yes, anyways, that was our Oscar thing. This year's Oscar, honestly, I liked last year's way better. Because I think Seth MacFarlane does a hell of a better job with comedy.
We saw your boobs.
Yes, I know.
In the movie that we saw your boobs.
Honestly, that was something that even my own parents, who don't know good movies, if it bit them in the ass, even they were just sitting there just like, I really like that Seth MacFarlane guy. He was funny. And I'm just like, wow, I'm surprised you say that because you both hate Family Guy. Even I have my big problems with later episodes of Family Guy. But as you could kind of tell, Seth MacFarlane's kind of just putting a nail in that. He's just, I don't really care anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna go do movies. Yeah, kind of. That's where the money's at, and people still like me. So why not? But yeah, I think Ellen DeGeneres is probably gonna come back for next year because, she was way more PG than Seth MacFarlane, who was more, TVMA type thing. He was, he had a whole song about boobs, and the whole time he was just making fun of everybody. So I was just like, I like this guy because he's not afraid to pull punches. And then you had Ellen DeGeneres who's just sitting there like, I changed clothes. Isn't that funny?
I'm good.
Thank you, Dustin. But anyways, that is it, everybody. This is the Movie Think podcast. Yes, if normally we'd always do the, talking to our fans with the bloody screen, and that's how it's going to continue. So, the Movie Thing podcast, we fill up enough time just talking to ourselves. So that is it, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. Please let us know if there's a trailer you'd like us to check out for next episode in 2 weeks. Count them 2. 1. 2. Bi-weekly show until Nicky G decides to get off his ass and back here. That's right. Every freaking week. I'm going to call his ass out. Or every other week, I should say. Even though... Did you hear
the one about the roof?
God damn it. No. I didn't want to answer no.
By the way, it's bi-monthly, not bi-weekly.
No, you see, fucking Nicky G is more like 6 monthly.
Yeah, he's actually, Nicky G is waiting for Scott to leave. He's like, no. When's Scott going on hiatus again? Because that's when I come back.
Right, just towards summer when I don't have as many Fridays off anymore.
Dude, it really is. It was like that last year. Like, Scott's got Nick. Would you like to fill in? Sure. Hey, Nick, you're permanent now. All right. Hey, Scott's back. I'm going away for a while.
For it later.
Say, let me know when the creepy man's gone. And Nick, you will be able to defend yourself in the comment section like everybody else. Anyways, yes, what about the roof, Scott?
Oh, I was gonna tell you, but it'd probably go over your head.
Shut the fuck up. Anyways, that's it.